Hello, everyone, and welcome to New York Empoleon's Week 5. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the New York Empoleon's Week 5 battle of the PBAL. We are here this week, taking on Hagbones, coach of the Vancouver Kyogres. As you all are aware, I do team builders in a separate video, and so today, we are just going to jump into the battle. We are not going to talk about the team. If you want to see my opponent, though, see what they're bringing and what sets and their team, then go check out my opponent's channel. Link is in the description below. As it stands, if you're ready, I don't feel like stalling any longer. Let's jump right into it. Wow, I'm never done before my opponent. I don't think I could keep that voice up for the entire time. But we're going to rock out with this team. Hopefully all goes well today. We do have a pretty good record in this league, if I do say so myself. It feels nice. But there is certainly work to be done this season. It would be really nice to go the first 5 weeks and finish 5-0. Let's see which 6 my opponent's got this week. Those are not an unexpected 6. No Glalie is nice, though. That means no Spikes, which is good. Primarina's coming. No Marowak, which is it's fine. It's understandable. No Heliolisk, though, which is fun. Although I guess those are the scariest 6 that they could bring. Heliolisk is good, certainly, but it's not better than those 6 against my roster. Now, the only thing that threatens a Swampert lead is Zarude. And I don't even know what Zarude learns. Like, if we're being honest, I prepped, but I don't actually know. But a max attack Power Whip does OHKO my Swampert, so he could lead with Zarude. But otherwise, Swampert's a really, really good lead against every other mon on the roster, and I think Gigalith's more likely than Zarude. And if he does lead with the Zarude, I can switch out if I need to. I would rather not, but that is the way it's going to go if he does lead with the Zarude. And you have to have Power Whip. I don't know if Zarude commonly runs Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb would not kill. I'm just going to look up Zarude here. I don't even know what moves it learns. So Zarude... It gets a lot of coverage moves. Bug, fighting, flying, rock, ground, dark, steel. Okay. Lots of possible stuff. Toru is the Gigalith, so that's fine. That is perfectly within the realm of normal and expected. And we do see the Sand Stream, so we are going to assume it's Sand Rush Drill. Which is good to know. I'm just going to set up my rocks. I know it just lets him set up his rocks for free. Maybe he switches out. He's afraid. Maybe he's fearful. Last week I ran Life Orb. And this week I'm, could be running Life Orb, Earth Power. He's not sturdy. We're just going to set up our Stealth Rock. We do see we outspeed, which isn't surprising at all. But, hey, good to keep in mind because I'm running just a teeny bit of speed investment to break a speed tie. And he sets up his own rocks as well. Does that matter? I mean, run. Done. Game over. My team's not weak to rocks, so I'm not too threatened by that. I could just high horsepower at this point. He does have the Latios and the Golbat to potentially switch in here. I think Flip Turn is my better play overall. I don't think he just lets this thing take the hit. So yeah, I think I Flip Turn here. I think he's happy with his rocks being up, but he needs this thing for the Extra Drill later. And so I'm just going to switch out. If he does stay in here, which he does, which is kind of surprising. It's a lot of damage. No Rocky Helmet or anything. Probably the extender. I could just go into Girder and click Knockoff. Girder is not a win con for me by any stretch of the imagination, especially looking at the roster he brought. I could just defog. That'd be pretty funny. He goes for the Earthquake. Does nothing. We are going to get buffeted a little by the Sandstorm. The Rock's not helping either, but I'm just going to knock off here. I don't know what item you are, but if it's the extension of the sand, it'd be really nice for later in the game if you just let me have it. Though I do naturally outspeed, and I am a fighting type, so the likelihood you stay in is very low. The switch-ins here being Primarina or Golbat, and either one knockoff is great against. So He isn't going to let me have that one, unfortunately. Could have stayed in with the Swampert. It would have potentially been really nice, but I'm okay with this. He does go Prim. It's shiny, and it takes Stealth Rock damage, so it's not heavy-duty boots. What item are you? We're just going to knock it off, though, real quick. Leftovers. So it's going to be bulky, and we do see that it outspeeds. That's really good, or at least its speed ties. It's really good information to know that he is running a little bit of speed investment there, because it means that I'm not safe to just go for a Poison Jab here. But it's also good to know that that is his switch in to the Girder, and I could Poison Jab later. I think going Gardevoir here is my best play, and scouting out, maybe he's sub Calm Mind, maybe he's just going to click Moonblast. It's pretty free here. He's actually going to double, and we do see it outspeeds again, so the likelihood that he's speed tying is very, very low. And he goes out into the Latios immediately, maybe predicting the Poison Jab. I'm not sure on this particular situation why you'd go that on my Girder after going into the Primarina get knocked off. But, yeah, we're looking good here. And he sees he outspeeds, which is good for him to know. He knows I'm not Scarfed, or he's also Scarfed. So I could Moonblast. Golbat could come in, but I'm not too worried about it because he's going to take 25% plus the Moonblast, and then I outspeed, or potentially outspeed, and I go for Psychic, so it's better than the potential Zarude coming in on the Psychic prediction and then getting nothing for it, so I'd rather... I don't know why you make a Psychic prediction right here. Like, Golbat was the safe play, Excadrill's the other safe play, and Mystical Fire would have been potentially the middle ground play that I could make, but he's going to Mystical Fire, maybe predicting me to switch out. Shows me that he is special. Alright, but we're going to Moonblast here. We don't see Life Orb, Chip, or anything like that, and even at -1, that's going to bring him potentially within range of Sand? And it does. Latios goes down to the Sand damage. His own Sand damage. Alright, Latios dies to Sandstorm. And it's his Sandstorm, so I don't know who gets the kill. I will I will just leave that for now, and we'll talk about it after the match, who gets the kill credit for that one. But Gardevoir, looking good, still healthy. At -1, not great. Does allow something to come in here, like the Excadrill potentially, and takes Stealth Rock. He could Rapid Spin. I think my best play here is to go into the Rillaboom. That's what it's designed for. It can take a +2 Iron Head pretty cleanly. The Stealth Rock really helping me make sure that my range of Grassy Glide is a 2 KO for sure. I have the knockoff for things like the Golbat. So I'm certainly okay with it. I'm pretty sure he's Sand Rush, not Mold. I mean, we don't see Mold Breaker, so there's really no reason for him to be anything but Sand Rush. Just gonna mark that down. And Gardevoir has a lot of utility to me still because Primarina is still around. Once the Primarina goes down, Gardevoir basically only good for the Gigalith. Rocks come out, Grassy Surge coming through here, and we do see that the Excadrill goes for the Iron Head straight up. Whoops, I wrote Sand Rush on the Golbat. And he gets a critical hit. And we do see the Life Orb. He gets a critical hit. Are you kidding me? That might put me in range of another one. I mean, I didn't really want to be in range of another one, but I've got a Grassy Glide here. Got no choice. He's going to switch out. It's going to let me get a little bit more HP back. Gordon comes out, which is the Golbat. We see the Stealth Rock damage. He's definitely going to be Eviolite. And that looks bulky. Oops. Which means he's probably not speed invested, which means it could get a knockoff off here. But that crit, man, that crit hurts so much because I'm in range of a Brave Bird at this point. But I have to go. I feel like I have to go for a knockoff. I feel like I have to go for a knockoff here. And if he's fully bulky, then he won't outspeed. He goes for the U-turn, and we do see that's not going to take me out. And he is speed invested enough to outspeed Rillaboom, which has... How much speed am I running on this Rillaboom? I don't even remember. Oh, there's no speed investment on the Rillaboom, so I knew I was going to outspeed there. Oh well. Maybe a misplay on my part, but worked out. Misplay that ended up going in my favor because knockoff on the Zarude is fine. And get rid of the Choice Scarf. As the sand's gone, so we're finally going to be actually getting some HP back. I am going to switch out here. The rocks suck, but they are what they are. I've got leftovers still. I've got Grassy Terrain on my side. I've got Grassy Glide able to come in on the Excadrill for later. I can take another Stealth Rock switch in. But what do I switch into this? Honestly, do I let this thing go down? Do I just Grassy Glide here? I still have the Grassy Terrain up. Yeah, I think I just Grassy Glide here. And get some damage on this. I know it's not going to come anywhere near killing. That crit. I mean, could you see how much more HP I'd have if he didn't get that one really vital crit there? Do a little bit of chip to that. He goes for the close combat. And that's going to take me out. So, Zarude kills... whatchamacallit? Rillaboom with close combat. He's not Scarfed anymore. So I could go into my Durant here. And just first impression. It's pretty good play. Golbat's in range of everything. Primarina doesn't outspeed me. But I feel like Durant wins later. So if I just go into Girder for now and Poison Jab, that feels like a better play here. I think the Grassy Terrain's gone now. If I'm not mistaken. No, it's not yet. Oh, Grassy Terrain. For the Girder. Okay, so Power Whip's doing 50%. I'm right in the middle of that roll, but he's not going to stay in, right? I just Poison Jab. He's not staying in. He goes for the U-turn. All right. I could have Mach Punched there and taken this out, but that's okay. I haven't shown him Mach Punch, so maybe he doesn't think I have it. He's going to go Prim here, potentially, and I'm just going to get this thing killed. Just get rid of the Prim. Come on, give me Prim. Give me Prim. Gordon. That's Golbat. That's a good play on his part. It's a good play on his part. Pajab's going to come out here. It's not going to do very much. He's going to be able to roost. I'm going to go for the knockoff. No sense in not going for the knockoff here. If he goes for the roost, then I'm going to get rid of the Eviolite, and that's really, really nice. And we're just going to bring this thing down to about 50% again and go for the knockoff. Wait. Why didn't that knock anything off? Is he not Eviolite? I don't know what just happened. I think that's really, really useful for later in the game, so I'm going to go back to Swampert here. I don't know what just happened. It didn't seem to knock anything off, though, so maybe he's got no item. Goes for the Brave Bird. There's a little chunk to Swampert. Take some recoil. I think I just flip turn here. Whatever he goes into or does. Goes for the Toxic. Okay, so we know his full set. U-turn, Roost, Brave Bird, Toxic. So he doesn't have Defog on this. So he actually can't get rid of the hazards. And we haven't seen this thing be Boots, and I don't think it knocked off the Eviolite, but maybe it did and I'm just crazy. I do have... What's my speed investment on you? Because I don't want you taking a big hit here. You have a lot of speed. You're 204 Jolly. That's probably enough to outspeed this. Seems reasonable to assume that that's enough to outspeed Golbat. So we're going to go into this, and we're just going to go for a knockoff here. Covers everything. Should kill the Golbat. Alright, so we're going to knock off the Golbat. That's going to die. And so Obstagoon kills Golbat with knockoff. What do you go into here? I don't have a lot of answers left for Excadrill. I mean, I have... Okay, Zarude comes in. That's Zarude of you. I'm so funny. Swampert probably just dies here, right? And then we go Girder and Mach Punch. Yeah, I think that's the play. I think Swampert just dies here. We go Girder, and we Mach Punch. Obstagoon's still really, really good against the Gigalith and the Prim, so I'd rather not let it die. Swampert doesn't... I don't really need it. Goes for the close combat. It's not going to take me out. So he's going to be forced to go for a Power Whip, potentially, or goes for another close combat. And there's no sense in me clicking anything but Flip Turn here, in case he decides to switch this thing out. Goes for another close combat, just doesn't want to miss. Surprised he didn't U-turn, actually, because this let me go into Girder here. And either you're forced into Prim here, or you just let this thing go down. But Prim doesn't have leftovers anymore. And so I just click Mach Punch, and we're good. It could be worth defogging. He's going to switch it out. So do you go Prim? Should I click Poison Jab there? It was tempting, but it wasn't worth the risk there. I couldn't let him just kill my Girder for nothing, because Girder is really, really important now for beating Excadrill 1v1. It's the only mon that can left that can potentially take a hit, and I definitely don't just like sack it or anything. So I'm just going to switch it out. I mean, Durant can maybe take one, depending on... He's Life Orb, depending on what he's got. Yeah, it looks like Durant can take one. He's got the Draining Kiss. That's going to do very little. So I could Grass Knot here, which covers everything, but maybe doesn't kill the Primarina in front of me. I don't think anything kills it, though. Mystical Fire covers the switch into Excadrill, which I don't think he does. I think Moonblast is just the safest play here. We're just going to go for it. I don't think Grass Knot would have killed anyway. And Moonblast does take out the Primarina. It's a crit! I don't know if that mattered. So, Gardevoir kills Primarina with Moonblast. And he goes out into the Gigalith here. Gardevoir, like I said, doesn't have a ton of utility to me once the Prim goes down, so I'm just going to let this thing go down. I'm going to go for a Grass Knot here, see how much damage we can take this thing down to. I didn't mark down who killed Swampert. Who killed Swampert? Was it Golbat? No, it was Zarude, right? Zarude killed Swampert. With close combat. Gardevoir kills Gigalith with Grass Knot. Okay. Gardevoir, you did your job. Mystical Fire, if he goes for a Swords Dance or something. That's one way he wins this game, is just cooking Swords Dance here, and I don't want to have any part of that. EQ comes out. So, Excadrill kills Gardevoir with Earthquake. Take some Life Orb Chip. I have to go into Durant here. I have no choice. I don't think Girder kills from this range on the Excadrill with the Mach Punch. And I don't think Earthquake has a chance to kill. It's a roll. So that means, should I just First Impression then? Yeah, I think I have to click First Impression so that Girder can Mach Punch later. That's gonna be my one route here. If Earthquake fails to get the roll, then that is what it is, and I could have not done that, but I think that's the safer play because it gives me the Mach Punch on the Girder. And I think Girder's Mach Punch should be able to finish this game out. So, Excadrill kills Durant with Earthquake. I had done the calc previously with grassy terrain up, and I forgot to get rid of it, so I'm glad I noticed that I did that. So we just showed the Mach Punch here. We are going to be able to take out the Excadrill. I think that was a crit based on the crowd reaction. I wasn't looking at the screen. Kills Excadrill with Mach Punch. And what's crazy is this might come down to... Is this a roll? If this is a roll, then my best play is to switch into Obstagoon, but I think this is not going to be a roll. Are you that bulky? You are that bulky. Because if that's a roll and it doesn't kill, then I need to go Obstagoon and force you to close combat. Because if I miss that roll, it's a real problem. And Power Whip from this range does kill, guaranteed. So I need to go I need to go out into this thing. It's going to take sand damage, which is potentially going to help as well, put it into range. So if you close combat, he Power Whips. He misses. Oh, I could have stayed in. But now I'm forcing you to close combat. So, or take another round of sand damage, and that should be... If you want to go for another Power Whip and potentially miss, you could potentially lose here. But he does land it this time. And we live it! Oh, we live the Power Whip. As the Facade comes out, that will do it. And the Obstacle... I did not expect to live that. Kills Zarude with Facade. And that'll do it. Holy cow. I don't think I really did not expect Obstagoon to live that. But yeah, it only does about 50 to 60%. So yeah, I don't know if it was a roll. I said that I would post calcs, so I will post the calc of what that actual was when I know what his set was. But it looks like, based on where he was, one more round of the sand damage would have put him in range of a Mach Punch from the Girder anyway. But that said, that was a really hype ending. That was a really, really close battle. It could have gone either way. I will see you guys all back here next week as we continue on in the PBAL. Thank you all so much for watching. Oh, man. Wow. 5-0. That feels good, though. Take care, everybody.